resting and recovering from my pneumonia. I'm pleased to say that I do feel a lot better. I really look forward to getting back to the art studio. I just really wanted to have a little bit of routine and structure again in my days. It's now that I feel inspired again and my energy levels are up. I just wanted to get back to the drawing board and see how my projects are doing. I have 2 Kickstarter campaigns that need to be fulfilled soon. And I'm also working on my own picture book for my publisher. Of course, things like my Etsy shop and my Patreon also just continue. So it was a bit overwhelming and a bit stressful to know that all the work was just piling up and waiting for me. But I really took the time to recover. So to avoid being all too overwhelmed, I did think of a couple ways to get back on track. Firstly, I wanted to tidy my art space and make it a little less dusty and cluttered. And it really wasn't all that bad, but it's just nice to have a fresh space to work in. Secondly, I would like to make a schedule, a nice overview of all the things that I didn't get to yet and all the things that have to be done. Yesterday I took some time and did a little brain dump in which I just wrote down everything that was going on in my mind, and a lot of to-dos and tasks and projects came rolling out, just open tabs in my mind. I really suggest to do a brain dump every now and then, which makes it a lot more manageable to see everything on the screen rather than inside of your head. I made an overview of all of the tasks and projects I have going on. The third thing I wanted to do was to create like micro steps in every project that I have, so I don't see everything as one daunting task. Small manageable steps, because that's all I can oversee for now. Well, the fourth thing is that I need to be very compassionate. If anything doesn't get done, it's not that big of a deal. I just want to be very gentle and have a lot of grace with that. So the fifth item on my list is that I want to practice self-care even more than usual. I want to take a lot of breaks, walk a lot, and take care of my food and meditate or take a nap whenever I need to. So I will not be working on my regular pace. I just have these chunks of time in which I will do some tasks. And I think when coming back to work, it's a lot better to ease into it than try to maintain your old levels of energy and productivity. I think that process will be like this and not like this. I will continue with the next task right now because time is of the essence. The dust is mostly gone. So I just wanted to show you how I plan my weeks and my months and all my tasks as an illustrator. I used to have a paper planner, but then I switched to Notion. I kind of organized my whole life into Notion. Right now we are in my workspace dashboard. This is where the main area is in which all the projects I work on are organized. I always put my weekly tasks here, and as you can see it's still empty, but I'm going to change that. And these are all of the projects I work on. So right now all of these little folders are open, so you can see I add little to-dos to every task, and that, for me, that is a better way to organize things instead of just throwing everything down in my weekly tasks, because it will feel like I will need to do all of these things in 1 week. Most of the time these are the tasks that will need to be finished within 1 month. So the weekly to-dos that I just added to my Notion overview will kind of be plugged into these time blocks. If all goes well, I will have completed these tasks and have made a dent in everything that I still need to do this month. Let's see what we can do. This is a little thumbnail sketch that I made in my sketchbook, and I would really like to make a big version of it. So right now I'm going to make a larger piece. If all is well, you can see the pencil lines. It's a drawing that probably will take many hours. It's kind of meditative to work on a piece like this. When working with graphite, I tried to give my characters a fur-like texture by making little circles with the pencil. I outlined the character here right now, so you can see lines. I like to use values instead of line work to distinguish my characters from the background. And in general, in my pieces, I do not use a lot of line work around objects and characters. It's all about having a darker shape on a lighter background or a lighter shape on a darker background, and in that way you can perfectly see everything in your image. And I like to exercise this by making drawings like this. Because it's such a dark and gloomy day and I'm going to do all of these administrative tasks, I just thought I'm going to wear something very comfortable, not put on any makeup, and just do the taxes. I need to do my quarterly taxes and my financial administration. After I'm done, I'm going to treat myself to a lovely pastry from the bakery and some nice coffee. And the sooner I am done, the sooner I get to enjoy this little pastry. It's already 1 week ago that I started filming all of the footage for this video and that I started getting back on track. I think I've never filmed as much since I started making YouTube videos. I have filmed hours while I was doing all my to-dos, but I think that's a good sign because that means that I was productive this week. Before I'm ending this video, I thought it would be nice to reflect on everything that I did, and if I really did get back on track, finish most of the to-dos that I had last week. Starting back after getting pneumonia, I really didn't know what I could expect. Before I started the week, I really would have been glad if I finished one thing off my to-do list because it all felt really daunting, as I said before. But I'm very happy that I finished as much as I did. I didn't finish everything, but looking back, I think I put a lot of tasks on my to-do list. I think even before I got sick, this would have been a very productive week. And I'm also glad to say that it felt really good while I was doing it. I wanted to take enough breaks and really check in with myself about how I was feeling and plan time for self-care. And I really did all of that. And still I was able to work as much as I did. And I didn't work full work days, but I think the fact that I had a schedule and a to-do list really felt very nice. To have a period in which there is a lot of stress of any kind, you know, if it's sickness or family issues or work-related issues, there will always be times when the planning and the schedule doesn't go according to plan. And for me, whenever that happens and it lasts for, you know, like a couple of weeks, it feels kind of being in limbo for me, when you lose a little bit of the control and you don't know how your days are going to look. And I am someone that needs a lot of structure. That I was able to have a week again in which I could just, you know, plan everything that I wanted to do, and actually succeeded in that. Felt so nice. But it's also a really good exercise for me to know that not everything can be planned in this way, and there will always be inconveniences and life just happens. And right now I think I feel a little bit more on top of it, so I feel less pressure, and that really helps. So overall I'm just very positive about how I got back on track. As you know, there were some things that I wanted to take into account, a list of things. I was able to tidy my art space and make it nice and cozy again to start working. I was able to write down all of my to-dos and make a schedule that also accounted for my breaks and self-care. I divided all my projects into small tasks and small chunks of time. I was also able to take a step back whenever I felt that I was ready with the day or ready with the task, which meant that some tasks didn't finish, but that was not a problem at all. One of the things I did notice, which actually surprised me, I was taking more walks this week. So after I was sick, I took a nap in the afternoon, and last week I replaced that, because I wasn't really tired anymore during the day. I replaced that with an extra walk, because I always walk in the morning, and then I also started walking in the afternoon. Nothing shocking, I mean just 30 minutes here, 20 or 30 minutes there. But I noticed that throughout the day I did get more energy. So when I think of rest, my mind immediately goes to, you know, watching a series on the couch, or taking a nap, or just lying down on bed doing a little relaxing meditation. And I noticed that I had a lot more energy when walking more. Then I came across another YouTube video, and it was about 7 types of rest. I will link that video down below. I thought I'd share, maybe you like to walk more too, I don't know. So I'm going into this new second week and starting November very fresh, knowing that I'm again a little bit more on top of things. Because of the workload that has gotten smaller, I noticed that I started getting ideas for new things to work on. Yeah, when your head is a little less full, I think you start to notice that a lot of new ideas will pop into your mind, and that's happening right now. I'm very glad with that. I may just start sketching right now, and I really want to thank you for watching again. I hope to see you in my next videos. I really hope you enjoyed this time, and if you are getting back on track with something, with your work, in your life, let me know if this video was helpful to you, or if you do have any tips of your own, any questions you'd like to ask, just write them down in the comments, and I look forward to chat with you.